Good morning, beautiful beings. Today I'm cruising on the motorways in Sicily, and right before me there is Mount Etna. The camera probably doesn't do that so much justice, but that is a beautiful volcanic mountain. Phenomenal. So, hello everybody. Welcome to another transparency morning. We're cruising today because I wanted to just jump on the video and record something. Sometimes in the morning I have these like ideas or insights, or just want to share what's actually happening in my life. Or also I want to share something happens like really awesome and like, wow, that's like, if I share that now, that would be super transparent. And of course, you can't always in those situations just bring the camera out and start filming, because it would be very inappropriate for what's happening. So of course on these videos I try to be as, well not try, I'm as transparent as possible, but I always remember everything to share. And not yesterday or the day before, which is irrelevant because when you watch this you don't even know what day I would have been filming, but the point is there was this sense of just closing my eyes and really sharing what's alive in me, because what's alive in me is always, you know, the most truest. Even if that stuff changes and is not, you know, is only true in that moment and then shifts again, when we show up transparently and just express what is alive in us and what we're thinking, feeling, what beliefs we're having and so on, even if of course afterwards we will realize that they maybe weren't true, or you didn't know the full story, or there was assumption in there, or judgment in there, or personalizing. So then you can have more clarity and you can see it much better because you've expressed it in the first place. That's the beautiful thing. So today I put on the video and I was like, oh, I've got this jacket on again. Like in the winter I wear like this jacket, but also I'm a minimalist. I don't know if you've watched the TED Talks on minimalism or you've seen the documentary. I haven't seen the documentary, but I was a minimalist way before I even knew there was talks out there and a business in minimalizing. Can you imagine? We now make a business in minimalizing, helping people to become minimalists because we've become over consumers. I find that quite hilariously ironic. But my point being is that I don't possess much at all. So a couple of suitcases, some clothes, a few little items that I really need, like a phone and a computer and a skipping rope and a little exercise TRX. You know, I've got like very, very few items. In fact, when I last went back to my parents as well, as I said on one of the other videos, I even got rid of even more stuff that I was accumulating there. So owning nothing is a beautiful feeling for me. But today I want to talk about what's alive in me, because I wasn't even, see this is the thing when you put the video on and you share what's alive in you. What's alive in you in this moment is always changing. My reason for putting the video on this morning is I'm listening to, as I've done many times, but I was just listening to William Ballman, who, if you don't know him, Ballman is B-U-H-L-M-A-N. And I could put a link to a talk, listen to a couple of talks by him, and recently brought a book which I haven't actually started reading yet. But this one talk that I found really, at the time, was all I needed to hear. He's an outer body traveler, let's say, for 40 years. 20 years he's been sort of sharing and supporting others to have outer body experiences, or to become aware that they're already having outer body experiences all the time. And he's done a number of different talks and conferences, and I haven't met him personally. I still want to sit with him on the sofa at some point and have a conversation, to ask a few questions. But ultimately, at the time when his talk came, it was very relevant to just the journey that I've been on with stripping away all identity, personas, beliefs, concepts, theories, ideas of who I think I am, or what I think reality is, or what's actually happening here. And as we know, there's many different theories, concepts, ideas, philosophies, and so on, firing around 24/7, and many of them sound, very relevant and real and plausible. Many times I've thought to myself, wow, you listen to that guy, it sounds plausible. You listen to this guy, depending on how strong somebody really truly believes in what they're saying, then of course that can become true, truism. It can become real for whoever's also listening, and it resonates with their state of being at that time. So that was something I learned in these past years of self-inquiry, and then also realizing, wow, how many beliefs and things that I found along the way that I've then made my own and said, yeah, I believe them and agreed to them, and in that moment almost signed an unwritten contract that is now how reality is, and that everybody else should think like that and be like that, and that's how it is. It's like, you feel almost like it's a definitive way of being, and then from that you can find so many justifications and things to back up whatever it is that you're believing. So if you think of it like a tabletop, a belief is like the tabletop, and the justifications and all the evidence are like the legs. So whatever the belief is, you can find this evidence and facts to even back up what you now believe to be true, which is dangerous, and at the same time, I guess on some level needed, because people want safety, they want security, they want to know that what they believe in is true, and at the same time they want others to feel that too. So they're seeking connection. Their need at the end of all of this is connection, knowing, want to know what's happening in the world, want to feel that that what they believe in is true. And what I love about this talk about William Borman and many of the other people like Krishnamurti and many other messengers along the way that I've listened to over the years, I love the ones that always say, do not believe a word I'm saying, go and research and inquire for yourself, explore for yourself, because we're ultimately here all exploring consciousness. We're all exploring the mystery. We're all, alchemists uncovering what is actually happening here in this divine unfolding. And I feel, I have to get a pass here. So what was I saying? So within that, this idea of belief, and I always say this, is that belief has the big word in the middle, L-I-E, lie. All belief is flawed. Excuse me. All belief is flawed. Don't believe everything you think, feel, see around you. Question everything. Assume nothing. Question everything. Which is lovely. What I hear William say as well. So my thing that I wanted to bring up is that in the talk he mentions this beautiful thing around consensus realities. So I don't know if any of you listening have ever heard of consensus reality, but a consensus reality is where vast numbers of people believe in something and then project their energy into that, where focus goes, energy flows, and then makes that a reality. It's like consciousness is like this blank field, this blank canvas that everybody's projecting into it. So religion is a great example of that, but everything can become a big stroke religion. Yeah, it could be quantum science, it can be science, it's football, sports, sex, everything can become, a deep religion that's upheld by our projection of our beliefs, and then we will not budge and break those beliefs. In fact, we kill people if they try to challenge our beliefs. And as you know, many fundamentalism is driven from that, where we will kill innocent people to uphold our beliefs because we believe it to be true. See how dangerous that is. Think of the wars in the world and the suffering that's happened for many beings, travelers in the physical realm. Many physical beings have endured at the conflict over belief around ownership, belief around religious beliefs, around monetary beliefs. It's insane when you actually look at it from that perspective. And he says something beautiful, that even this idea of human being, which has become the big, consensus reality, that we're human beings, that we're physical form, that's a belief. That is a belief that everybody's upheld and projected. Therefore, that's what we experience. And what was coming to me as I was listening to it again this morning on my drive was, it makes total sense that there is no limit. The only boxes are the boxes that we choose to put ourselves in through our beliefs, because there is no limits to the consciousness unfolding. There's no boundary. There's like constant projection now from 9 billion projectors into the field consciousness, the field of consciousness, whatever you want to call it. So can you see, I don't know about you listening, but like for me, that's phenomenal. So everything's constantly expanding. Nothing is static. It's not like we just get to this point of realization and then everything stops and that's how it is. No. We keep inquiring. We keep going into that space. And in that space, we start to realize that, we are literally not physical. It's not, this is just a physical experience. This is just one aspect, one small fragmented piece of a very vast, incomprehensible in terms of maybe the way we are at the moment in our childlike growth into this experience of what is actually happening here. So that's it. There's so much more I could share on that, but trying to keep the videos a little bit down just to give you a little taste. But literally, we confine ourselves. We limit ourselves. We hear these sayings, but I don't feel often that people have time to really go into them. I know I haven't, and I'm somebody who chooses to go into them. So our beliefs and our other consensus realities that we've upheld for so long, we hold on to them. And of course, when we hold on to them, they take up all our energy, our life force. So then we have to question, wow, where am I actually putting my life energy and life force? What subtle beliefs am I holding on to? And I think the great question is to get really clear and ask the question, where are you putting your life force? What beliefs and theories and thoughts and ideas are you actually investing all of your energy? And if you get clear, if you write down all of them and then question it. Why do I have this belief? Where does it come from? Whose is it? Is it mine? Is it my parents? Is it society's? What are these thoughts that I'm having? Are they mine? Are they society's? Are they true? Are they real? Where do they come from? Then you can take full, let's say, or just bring awareness, and I guess I was going to say take full responsibility of then what you are actually projecting out into this field. And there's so much more I wanted to talk about, because it's so amazing when you sort of have these moments. Again, I put the camera on and I have these moments of like, boom, boom, boom. That links in with that, and that. This idea of being in the void and being in the the nothingness, and then thought being so powerful, because when you have a clear intention with one thought, one action into that, and you put that into the field of consciousness, it can manifest. And then you start to realize, oh, how do things normally manifest? And you look at the potency and power of thought and how it manifests, and you can start to go, wow, this is how magnificent and powerful we are as thought manifestors, if you want to call it that. So yeah, it just made me realize again of sharpening where my thoughts, feelings and behaviors, what are they communicating to me? What limitation are they showing of mine? Where am I identifying with these personas that I've created through my beliefs of being a physical being, or through my limited beliefs, my limitations, my limited beliefs create my limitations of who and what I am and what I'm capable of, and what's actually going on in this world, and how things function, how creation happens, and then look at my own limitation in that. Wow, that's rich. So there you have it. If you're tuning into these videos, I hope you're benefiting in some way, and at the same time, it makes no difference if you are or not. Cruising along on the roads that have been manifested through thought. Somebody had a thought to create a motorway. Somebody had a thought to create tarmac. Somebody had a thought to put signs up to navigate people. Somebody had a thought to create a car to drive in. We're playing here in the dimension of thought, the dimension of feelings, the dimension of physical form. And then we're playing with all these multi-dimensions of the formless, nothingness, isness, multi-dimensional beings, traveling, out-of-bodies experiences, dissolving these dense realities, moving beyond the invisible prisons that we have, through our indoctrinated minds, have created. Yeah? We're indoctrinated. Beliefs, theories, concepts and agreements that are just not true. That's the bottom line. Sending your love wherever you are, projecting love out of this screen from this, what we call a car. Really, it's like a space traveling machine, isn't it? That's what we're cruising in. Take care, everyone.